Oh, we're finally live. Good. Oh, everybody's here. Hi, Josephine. Oh, good. Fiona's here. Jody's here. Hey, great. Hi, you guys. It's so good to be here. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while, but it's nice to be here today. Today must be the perfect day. Jean's with us. Hi, Jean. Um, so listen, today is live with Linda. Yay! And I am very alive. I'm alive, I'm excited, and I hope you are as well. Um, oh good, Denise, you're good. Yes, how about it? How about it? Do you know what? Facebook has changed their format for these live things. Ah, how do you Deb, I wish I knew how to pronounce your city in Wisconsin, and Gina's with us. Thank you. Listen, I love compliments. So thanks, Fiona. I appreciate it. And Kelly, hi, you guys. Um, so listen. Oh, where are you from? Yambuk Choose. Oh, I'm from here. I'm from Chicago. Can't you tell? I have such a Chicago accent. It's one of my superpowers, I think. Anyway, so thank you so much for coming today. This is live with Linda, right? And we are here today. After a couple of weeks off, I've been doing other things, and I've been unable to be with you. But I'm really glad that we could be together today. So thank you so very very much. Um, just so you know, I do have a game plan, believe it or not. I do have a game plan. And the game plan is this, that what I want to talk to you a little bit about some things that have been on my mind. Change and changeless. Okay, so that's the big overarching theme today is change, right? And the relationship of the Akashic record, of the Akashic light, to our experience of change. So I want to talk to you a bit about that. And then, of course, I want to open up and give you a chance to ask some questions. All right. So I know some of you have been thinking about things about the Akashic record, about your relationship to it, and how it can be helpful as you live your life. So I want you to be thinking about that, and we'll get to that. All right. So spontaneous adventures. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, great. We have our friends are here from um, Grand Prairie, Alberta, great, from the UK, from India. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Oh, David Riddle's here. Hi, David. Nice to see you. Oh, good. Michelle's here from Taiwan. Do you know I'm coming? I'm going to be actually. I'm not coming to Taiwan. I wish I were, right? But I will be teaching. I will be teaching classes in Taiwan in the second half of July. So anyway, so that's pretty exciting. I'm very excited. Actually, we'll be doing our first international teacher training in Taipei. We're scheduled for May of 21. That's certainly, and I hope you will join me in knowing that it's possible and we can all be together healthy and enjoying our well-being and the blessings of the light. That'll be in May of 21 will be the teacher training. So I hope you guys can come. Um, oh good. Oh, they're great. And there's Ravens with us, and gosh, we've got all kinds of people here today. It's very cool. All right, so listen, let's take a moment, okay? Let's take a moment, close your eyes, and open your awareness, right? And that's pretty simple. You guys can do that. You want to close your eyes, open your awareness to the reality of who you are, the person that you are right here, right now, today. Good. Wonderful. I want you to take a moment and expand your awareness now to recognize that we all live within something called space, right? There is a location. You are somewhere. You are somewhere on the planet, in the solar system, the galaxy. Right? You are occupying a very particular place. When I looked down, I noticed that the person standing in my shoes is me. And if I expand my awareness, I notice that the person standing in your shoes is you. Each of us occupying a unique place on the face of the earth. We also exist in something known as time, right? Well, we could have so many discussions about time and the reality of time and the nature of time. But the fact is, time is our friend, right? It helps us to navigate the world in which we live. And so we exist in a very distinct time frame. And so here you are, in a very precise place at a particular time. And if you expand your awareness just a bit, right, just a bit, beyond the place where space and time intersect, you may notice an infinite field, a realm, a dimension of light that is the context for who we are in our soul's journey. And the context for it all is the Akashic realm. Excellent. And from this place we begin our work. And so we do acknowledge the forces of light, asking for guidance, direction, and courage to know the truth as it is revealed for our highest good and the highest good of everyone connected to us. Cool. Good thing. Good thing. Hey, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited to see friends from all over the world. We have a lot of people here from India today. Isn't that cool? God, that's cool to me. Listen, I have to tell you something. I didn't even, I grew up in a time when airplanes were a very big deal. I grew up in the time where people would get on the airplanes and it was so new and traumatic to human beings that we get on planes and just throw up. I mean, not the most pleasant image, but do you know what I'm saying? How far we have come. And today we live in a time that is all about our awareness of the fact of our oneness. And boy, if nothing else is becoming clear to you in these wild and crazy times, that you might want to consider that one, because boy, it is true for me. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about, listen, I don't know about you, but when I turn on my TV, I turn on the TV, I turn on the news, I walk down the street, what's very clear to me is that everything is changing. I mean, everything is changing. It's changing in ways that I expected, in ways I didn't expect, in ways we can predict, unpredictable. The one thing that's very evident at this point is change, right? And everything that has been hidden is being brought to light, as they say. And this, if at the very least, is evidence, right? This is real proof that that human beings, you and I, all ordinary mere mortals, are more aware and attuned to the presence of infinite light than ever before. And the way we know that is we are sensitive to the imperfections, the limitations, the shortcomings of first of all, our own, and then, of course, the imperfections of others as well. The challenge is to not get too judgy about the whole matter, right? To not take it personally, to not be judging people, but to really be grateful for the fact that the light is bringing to our attention those areas that need to be addressed, tuned up, cleaned up, so to speak. And we are just the people to do that. So I think that's pretty cool. So and I'll tell you, I was thinking initially, like, oh my God, it looks like everything in the world is so terrible, and oh, the problems. And are there problems? Yeah, there are problems, but this is the nature of life. But but the fact that we can see them, the fact that we can identify them, really is a signal to me that the light and our relationship to it are more evolved. They're stronger and more sophisticated and sensitive than ever before. And this is a good thing. So I look around and I see everything is changing, and then I realize, the old truth, everything is always changing. I mean, this doesn't take a genius. Um, but it really is the nature of the human experience. Everything is changing. Always. Everything is always changing. But what stays the same, right? What stays the same? Looking a little deeper, we see that there is something, the primary substance. Akasha is a Sanskrit word. It means primary substance, that from which all things are formed. The essence of life itself does not change. Our understanding of it, our awareness of it, what we do with it, this is what changes, right? And the primary substance of life responds to us, the living beings that we are, for better or worse, good, bad, right, wrong. This Akashic matter, right, the primary substance of life, has no opinion on what we do with it. It just doesn't care. It's like it'll respond to us. And so what we want to do is be more responsible, be as responsible as we possibly can for what am I thinking? What am I feeling? Right? What do I want to do with this primary substance that, I was thinking about this. It's exactly the same. I don't know. You guys may remember. I remember when we were in caves, right? I remember we were just first standing up on 2 feet, like, right? And we were learning how to make fire, and we were running from wild animals, eating roots and berries. A lot of, those were hard times, as I recall. We were cold and often hungry. I mean, we worked it out. But here's the thing. The substance that was the core of who we are was present then, the same as it's present now. And if we look, you take a step back and you go, oh my goodness, look at the way life has changed. Our experience of being human has transformed throughout time. And this is one of those phases in time and space, right, where transformation is just rampant. The old way is crashing around us, which is good. Nothing lasts forever, right? And so we keep evolving, we keep growing. The thing to keep in mind, what I'm keeping in mind, is that the substance itself is unchanging. The context, right? We just did that, brief guided centering. The context, the Akashic light doesn't change, right? We are always at the intersecting point of space and time within the context of the Akasha. Now, here's what's fascinating. There is a realm, it's a realm, right? Here on the planet, it's the realm of engagement. This is where we take the essence of who we are. So it's the essence of, like for me, I'm Linda, right? The essence of Linda, and I bring it to the space and time in which I live. Okay? And when those two connect, it's an alchemical process. Things happen that are often inexplicable, right? But we bring those two together. We bring the best of who we are to our lives in the moment, right? A day at a time. And there's something happens when we let ourselves participate, when we allow ourselves to be fully alive, whatever that is on any given day. Some days fully alive means laying on the couch and watching TV. Some days being fully alive means going out and running 10 miles. Every day it's a little different, yeah? So that's all right, but we want to trust that there is a realm where who we are connects with life the way it is in the moment. And when the two come together, it's like a dance. And it can seem miraculous or magical, okay? I don't know. Is it magical? I don't know that it's out of the realm of possibility, but boy, it can take us by surprise. The wonderful results that can come about as we let ourselves participate in the lives in which we find ourselves. And that is the opportunity of these times of very dramatic change. So, um, anyway, so these are the things we're doing. Oh, great. So we've got Marilee Matthews Morgan. God, I love it. Hey, you've got the M's covered. All right, listen, I want to read. You have a question. You keep hearing from various sources that O blood is least likely. I know nothing about this. I have no idea. I don't even know what my blood type is. Hey, listen, I don't have any earth in my chart. Okay, if you know anything about astrology, I don't know. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Marilee. But do you know what? I have no idea about this, right? About different blood types or ideas about the virus and different who's susceptible and who's not. It's a matter of consciousness, right? Some of us, some lifetimes we're here. Here's the thing. This is so bad, but I'm going to tell you what I have come to understand and really makes sense to me. Okay, makes me a little uncomfortable, but it makes good sense. Here's the idea. From an Akashic perspective, that lens of unconditional love, the light of the soul, we see the primary purpose of the soul's journey as human is to learn to love ourselves, others, and all of creation unconditionally. It's a nice idea, isn't it? I'm going to tell you, that is spiritual hardball. Do you know what unconditional means? It means no matter what. So the question becomes, some lifetimes we're here and we get sick. We're thinking good thoughts, la la la, but we get sick. The question is, how do I love myself even though I'm sick? Some lifetimes we're here to die young. Sometimes we're here to live into old age and to be robust beings, right? The question always comes back to, can I love myself now? Can I love myself if I get the virus? Can I love myself if I don't get the virus, right? What if I'm on the cleanup crew? Some lifetimes we're here to help. Sometimes we're here to be helped. In every position on the game board of life, there are opportunities for us to grow, to love ourselves, to stop judging, which I don't know about you, but to relinquish judging, that's hard. That's hard for human beings. So unconditional it can be incredibly difficult. Then Sue, what I like to say is, can I love myself even though I can't love myself? Ha ha ha! Can I love myself even though I fail at this? Can I love myself even though I don't meet my own spiritual standards? I know if you're here with me today, you have very high standards for yourself. And of course you do. You have ideals and principles and values. And this is very, very important, right? These are levels to which we aspire. It's brilliant, yes, but at the same time we're mere mortals. And I think this is the conundrum in which we find ourselves. How do I, a mere mortal, flawed, imperfect, limited, and at the same time a spiritual being, infinite, unlimited, right? Transcendent, immortal. How is all this true at the same time? The spiritual journey is one of allowing, not tamping down, but really recognizing the great paradox, right? Paradox is something. When you want to heal the DNA of a person, well, what do you mean? All right, sweetheart, I don't want to massacre your name, okay? So please forgive me. Khushbu Sinyal. When we want to heal the DNA of a person, how do you reach into that level to cure it? Thank you. Well, you can't. There's no. Why would you? People's DNA is fine. There's no reason to heal. One of the things we see in the records, this is a tremendous question, because here's how this goes down. From a record standpoint, we begin to recognize, like I recognize that the light that's in me is in you too. That for me to give you anything, to like send you light, beam light to you is really foolish, because my job as a spiritually awakening being is to recognize that all the light that's here with me is over there with you. That the knowing that's in me is also in you. To trust you with your life, to step back and to recognize that whatever you're doing is your path. And it is a good path. It's the right path. Yes, this is very challenging for us as human beings. The idea is to step back and say, oh my goodness, I notice I want to change someone else. And we let life know, gosh, I'm really sorry. That's not my place, right? Think of it yourself, how annoying it is when somebody says, oh, let me bombard you with light, let me fix you, let me change you, let me adjust you. It's like, leave me alone, right? It's human beings bristle against that. So our job is to learn how to honor, to respect, to dignify the other individuals in the world, and to honor their path. That is not just, I know it's a nice idea, right? Honor everybody's path, but in fact, it's actually a real thing. Right? It's a real thing. But gosh, I love your question. Great. So who else has questions today? So I want to let you guys know that I have, my friend is with me today, Raven Taylor, and she is, so she's here helping out, saying hi. So I just want you to know. Oh, right. I'm not Linda Moulton Howe. I've heard of her. She's got a great first and last name. I don't have a middle name. Okay, I'm just Linda Howe. I'm Dr. Linda Howe. But thank you. And I hear she is cool. I hear she's very cool. So thank you. That's all right, sweetheart. Jorge Quintana. Here we go. Oh, good. You've got all three of my books. Do you know you're starting to read the records of others? All right. So here's the thing. If you're starting to do readings for other people, let me give you some unsolicited advice. But here's the thing, Jorge, and anybody else who's doing this. Very important to don't make promises you can't keep, right? And don't worry so much about the records. Like if you want to help somebody, you say, listen, I know I'm learning how to do this. Be straight up with people. I'm learning how to do this. Perhaps it will help you. Okay, so that you don't have that you don't put too much pressure like, I will read your Akashic records. Most people don't even know what it is. So don't get tangled up in that. You want to really err on the side of loving and serving others. And know that the records are a resource, an infinite spiritual resource that'll really help you with that. So just keep that in mind. I think that will help. Great. Okay, but thank you, Jorge. And you know what else? I have finished my 4th book. Yay! And it's everything's in the works as soon as I have a date. The title of the next book is called Inspired Manifestation. Elevate your energy and ignite your dreams. I'll let you guys know when it's coming out. I don't have that information yet, but it is close, and I'm very, very excited. All right, sweetheart. Now Annette has something here. Free will is changing. I don't believe that. We'll always have. Annette, this is a fascinating thing. Okay, Annette has heard that free will is changing, and we may not have this soon. That's not true. We always have free will. We always have. It's part of the deal. Right? That's the deal. The deal is we're infinite, eternal, immortal at the level of the soul. At the level of human being, we're finite, limited, flawed. Okay. Okay, that's our first paradox. But free will is something we all have, and we learn about it throughout our many, many lifetimes. There are some lifetimes in which we elect to just set it aside, and, by default, we just, we live by default. We don't make any decisions. That's all right. Some lifetimes we have to see how that goes. Other lifetimes we're big decision makers, right? Some lifetimes we use our free will without thinking. Other lifetimes we spend so much thinking we never make any choices, right? So throughout our journey, we are developing a conscious, responsible relationship with this thing called free will. And in every lifetime, the range of our free will is determined by who we are as beings. Like like you'll notice just by looking at me, listen, I'm short. I have on tall shoes, but I'm short, right? And and I'm like at this point, I'm a 65-year-old lady, right? I'm like an old lady, and in some, depending on who you talk to. You talk to my son, he will tell you I'm an old lady. But here's the thing: given who I am, like you look at me, like I could have all the thoughts, like I'm an unlimited being, I have free will, I want to play for the NBA. That's a nice idea. It is ridiculous. It is insane. It is nutty. It is not possible. Because if I go to the NBA and they look at me, they're like, oh, sweetheart, you're a nice lady, but sit down. Do you understand? So part of our range of free will is determined by who we are as people in this place and time. So you want to look at that. It's a fascinating question. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Let's see, Gina's confused. Gina, all right, listen, sweetheart. Read. I have 3 books on the Akashic records, and I have classes. Come to my classes. I have these online recorded certifications. I have certified teachers who are preparing to teach these certifications. You deserve good training, honey. It's interesting what you mentioned, Gina, because this so many of us have this awareness of this thing called the Akashic realm, the Akashic field. We have the awareness. You may have immense natural talent, but we are the first generation in history that has the opportunity to cultivate the skills we need to make good use of this natural talent. And so I really want to encourage you to let yourself get the training you need. And because see, once you know it, you'll know it, right? It's not like you have to train forever. But boy, given that we're the first people in the world, or the first generation in the history of human beings to be able to access the records. I mean, secular people, I know monks and stuff have been able to do this, mystics and monks, but most of us are not. I mean, we've got Tina over here is like, she's with the grandchildren. I mean, that is not a monastic life, folks. But so the idea is we're the first secular people. And so let yourself get the training you deserve, right? Because once you know, it's like, in the 1700s, people did not know how to drive cars. In the 1900s, we had to learn how to drive cars. I myself, you're going to love this. My father did not believe women should drive. True. And I had to go learn how to drive, right? And that's all right. I mean, I had to go to somebody who could teach me how to drive because I did not. Anyway, whatever. That's another story for another day. But you understand, the principle is the same. David Riddle. Yay, David. Thank you. It's always good to see you. Do I have something in Portuguese? I don't know, Leonardo. I don't know. You want to look at my website or, and I don't know. The classes, you can go lindahowe.com. Go to lindahowe.com. And I have the Linda Howe Online Center for Akashic Studies. There's certification classes. There'll be live certification classes, recorded certification classes with a mentor, and then also enrichment. Like one of the enrichment classes that actually, I think it starts tonight. One of the elite certified teachers, this Debbie Ritter, she's very good at working out how to bring different modalities together, honoring and respecting different traditions. So she has done work with astrology and the Akasha, and so she's actually going to be sharing her expertise in a live online class tonight. So if you get a chance, take a look at that. So that'll be coming up. All right. Now listen, I'm looking to see I'm looking to see what we've got. I want to make sure I answer your questions. Okay. So you might feel Gina feels like she's going into a library. That's cool. Not everybody feels that way, but notice your own experience and describe it. Right. So don't worry so much about healing other people. Okay, what we want to do is heal the errors in our own consciousness. See, the greatest healing is to recognize the soul level of perfection in another human being. Now, through the Akashic light, like if I open your records, it's so much easier to see that, right? That's why I work in the record, because you can see the soul level perfection in another human being, which, human to human is not always the easiest thing, as you know. So it's an interesting thing. So what we want to do is see, when we work in the record, is to begin to recognize, like, you are not here to heal anybody else. You're here to experience the fullness and the goodness inside yourself, and the same in others. It's different from healing, okay? So Annette, we always have free will. Yes, Annette, we do. What is the purpose of the pandemic at this level for us? Very personal, Savita. So here's what I understand. So listen, I don't know about you. You're having your experience of the pandemic. I'm having mine. Everybody with us today, everybody's having their own experience of the pandemic. The question to ask yourself is, what's my experience? What's my experience? What am I learning? What's the opportunity for me? Okay? My understanding for myself is the opportunity of the pandemic is to turn my attention inward, to take a look at the ideas, some of the old, ridiculous ideas that I've been carrying around probably for lifetimes, right? Ideas that are harmful to me and other people. Ideas of judgment, fear, right? Resistance, right? To really take a look and to take responsibility for myself, right? To recognize that as a human being, this is we're having a real experience here, and to let, like, what I'm understanding is the opportunity is to let myself be transformed by this, right? I have to tell you, I don't like it that I can't, like, go jump on an airplane. I love to travel. I can't travel right now. The question is, can I be happy even though I'm not getting what I want? Can I love myself even though I cannot, with the force of my will, which is fierce, change things? Okay? So part of what we want to be doing is to be in a state of acceptance and allowing without being judgmental. Do you see? This is a tremendous opportunity of the pandemic. Hey, Marjorie, nice of you to come by. Okay. Now let's see what else. Oh, we've got some. Oh, good. Thank you very much. Okay. Annette is turning into, I don't know anything about elementals. I know nothing about them. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Oh, Jen, I wish I could see you. Okay, I do not have a strong feeling. Okay, so listen. So Jen brings up a very interesting issue. Okay. It's a very, hi Kelly, nice to see you. So Jen brings up an interesting thing. Sometimes we have this idea like, wow, I want to be a reader. But I have to tell you something. I mean, of course, be a reader. But the thing about it is, whether you're reading the Akashic Record, or you work in a bakery, or you fix cars, or you're a banker, I mean, every job on the planet is spiritual in nature. You know why? Because we're spiritual. It's who we are. So the question becomes, what really makes you happy? And what makes you happy now? Not what's going to make you happy in 5 years. I don't know. Some of us have 5 years. Some of us don't have 5 years. We don't know. But do you understand what I'm saying? So the real question is to sit with yourself. Like, I don't understand how You are this is a confusing question, and I want to be able to help you, but to really look at what brings you happiness. See, for me, what it makes me very happy to do readings for people. It makes me very happy to work in the Akashic record and explore different things. It thrills me. Now I think that's kind of wild, but it's true, right? So I think what's really important is to find out, to sit down with yourself. It's okay if you don't work in the Akashic record, and it's okay if you do. It makes no difference. What's really important is that you find out what makes you happy and to spend more time doing that, because that experience of happiness and love and fulfillment is an experience that every one of us deserves. And sometimes in life it's very strong and sometimes it's very weak. It ebbs and flows. But there is a fundamental awareness of it. Like things can be very difficult, but something can be very difficult, but it can make us happy. I have to tell you, when I was working on this last book, I thought, oh my God, this is so hard, right? Oh God, I felt sorry for myself. But do you know what? There was something about it that I just love it. I got to keep going, right? So give yourself a break, sweetheart. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. And if it doesn't make you happy, it cannot be good. If it's not good for you, it cannot be good for anybody else, right? Okay. Okay, Hetal Blatt. Okay. Okay, so this is very interesting, Hetal. Okay, so somebody who's using my prayer, people do that. That's cool. That's not right. That's not right. You use the name that you have today, your current legal name. And if you look in the first book, I talk all about that. Okay, so listen, I know there are a lot of people, they're like, they take my prayer, that whatever the heck. That's all right. That's all right. People are teaching. But here's the thing, you deserve the best. You deserve sane, solid instruction. And if you can't come to classes, that's all right. There are books. And now the books, this is so great, are audibles. Now be careful, because you want to make sure you're getting the ones with me reading the book, right? But like How to Read the Akashic Records, me reading it, very good. Discover Your Soul's Path will come out this week, and Healing should be out in a couple of weeks on Audible. So there's a lot of ways to get this information that's good. That's good. Okay, so yeah, you want to use your current legal name. Okay. Okay, of course it's confusing, Hetal. That's very, very confusing. Use your, whatever. Your common sense is good. Use it. Listen, your discomfort as a person, like, I don't know, this doesn't make sense to me. This is a gift. This is a gift. Use it. Don't say, oh, I shouldn't do that. No, you want to say, oh, this doesn't make sense. I have to. You have the gift of good judgment. By all means, use it. It's a great ally on the spiritual path. Kelly, right? Isn't this a riot? This pandemic has brought us together. What's interesting is we've always been one. I mean, you know that. I know that. We all know this. Oh, we're all one. La la la. That's true. What's really fascinating is in the pandemic, the reality that we are all one. It's inescapable. Whether it's we're all one at the level of, oh, the virus is getting us all. That's true. It's also true that the cure will get us all. And it's also true that our economy, the global economy, is one, and global politics are interrelated. And the supply chain, right, of goods and services, everything is connected because we are connected. We are all one. And if there is pain and suffering in one part of the world, it affects all of us in ways sometimes we know, sometimes we don't know. It's really something. Katie, where are you? At 4:30 in the morning, holy Toledo. Okay, do you know, if you want to, you can go. If you're interested, you know what I do? Okay, Savita, listen, sweetheart, this is very cool. First of all, if you want readings, you go to my site, lindahowe.com, and look for readings and get on. I have a waiting list right now, okay? But I'll be doing readings again, okay? It won't be too long. So so you do that. So you look for that. But where's that other thing? Oh, here's what I want to tell you. These certification classes, right? I have recorded certification classes, right? So it's practitioner, advanced practitioner. It's a dual certification. But in order to earn this, so you can get this, they're recorded. You do the work anytime you want. You know, it's nighttime, your time, morning here, whatever. It makes no difference. It'll be the perfect time for you. But here's the other thing. Then you'll connect with, we give you a mentor. Because I want to make sure you have someone who can help you and get your questions answered, right? So you will have, I've trained people. I have elite certified teachers. These are the most advanced teachers. They are so wonderful. And they will help you, right? So that's how we do that. And you can get the good training and you can get certified. Oh, Australia. Yes, Australia. Good, Katie. All right, terrific. So listen, what else? What else? Do we have other questions? People have other questions today? All right. Everything, Martha, how about it? Everything is connected. And you know, because of this is what's so interesting, because of the challenges of the time, our awareness, you know, we are more aware than ever of the connection that's always been there. It's not a new connection, right? It's just not. This is as old as as old as time. It really is. That we are one, it's old news. What's new is that we're aware of it. That secular people like you and I, secular people, right? And listen, I know you learned all of this stuff when you were, you know, some kind of a monk and you were in a monastery or the ashram or something. I understand that. But the challenge is, how do we, as ordinary people in the world with, you know, kids and mortgages and car payments or whatever the heck we're doing, pandemics, now what do we do? Now what do we do? How do we live in the truth that we are all one, that we are essentially good, that everyone else is essentially good? How do we do that? And this is, so listen, I don't know about you, my guess, but I know about myself. I chose to be here at this point in time. I believe you did too. Each one of us said, oh my God, epic transformation. I've got to be there. And here we are. And we are here for this dramatic change, right? And there's nothing to be afraid of, right? Change is crazy. I mean, if you think about anytime there's a state change, right? So if I have an ice cube and what I really want is water, I'm going to have to apply some heat. So I put the ice in a pot, I put the pot on the stove, I turn the heat on, right? And then what happens? It starts to melt, right? It starts to melt. It is, those little molecules are like, let me out of here. I can't stand it. I'm confined, right? They warm up. Now we have a pot of water. There has been a change, okay? The next state is from water to steam. This is also, at this point, the bubbles start, you know, they get big. They're crashing against the side of the pan. They're bumping into each other. But what happens in the process, it is a dramatic, stormy process. But we get steam. And you get a good facial if you lean over the pot, put a towel over your head. It does wonders for your skin. All right. Karma. I love karma. All right, listen, I'm just going to give Kelly, I love your question. Karma. Yes, here's karma. Okay. Karma's cause and effect. That's all it is. So it's very simple. If I drink a cup of coffee before I go to bed, I can't go to sleep. Okay. Cause and effect. There's no moral issue. It's no good, bad, right, wrong. Right? It's very simple. Cause and effect. Okay, now, karma gets stuck when we judge it, right? When we judge it. So if I say, I'm bad because I had coffee, then I'm doing, I mean, anytime negativity stops the process, it's like crazy glue. It's like, okay? So what's happening there is my negative judgment will keep me stuck in the same pattern of cause and effect, okay? From an Akashic standpoint, so we're looking now through this lens of unconditional love and light, and I'm looking down at karma, cause and effect, okay? The challenge is, can I not judge this, right, as bad, right? So either the cause, I'm tired, I think that's bad, so I have to have coffee, which is even worse. It's nighttime, that's terrible. Now I'm up all night thinking about what a terrible person I am and how mad I am at coffee. See, if I am having a negative judgment about the cause, the effect, or the people involved, I am doomed to repeat the pattern, because negativity is like crazy glue, keeps us stuck. Acceptance releases karmic patterns. Acceptance says, oh, coffee isn't bad, I'm not bad, nobody's bad here. This was an experiment. Was it my best idea? I don't think so. But until I recognize the positive value of the experience, I have to stay with it, right? So the question is, what were the benefits of being up all night? What were the benefits of having the coffee, right? As I begin to understand and appreciate the good reasons, the valid reasons I made certain choices, the karma, the pattern of cause and effect is free to release and go its own way. Okay? So think about that. Okay. So Sylvia, you might not see anything. I don't see anything, Sylvia. I'm not visual. Some people are visual, some people are not. So don't worry about being visual. The question really is, do I have the experience, right? See, remember, the record is a realm of infinite light, goodness, unconditional love. Do I have a feeling of that? You want to describe the feeling. Describe the feeling. Don't try to figure it out. Figuring it out is like, it's going to get you stuck. Better to describe. Wow, it's really dark. My client asked me about this. I'm not getting anything, right? And as you describe it, remember, energy moves on the spoken word, and as we describe it, things shift. Okay? Okay, good. Oh, that's interesting. Fiona's having her coffee. You go, girl. Okay, Martha has here. I want to see somebody. I think there was somebody else. Thanks, Marjorie. David's asking the responsibility of the healer to allow the recipient to heal. Actually, the responsibility of the healer, as I understand it. So if someone comes, like David, let's say you come over and I open your records. My job is to really recognize the perfection of who you are already. See, because it's not like, see, the problem is that when we are in distress, we forget. It's kind of like we have temporary amnesia, like we forget that we're essentially good. We start thinking crazy things like somebody can steal our soul or hurt our energy. All that's crazy talk. Nobody can hurt, nobody even can touch the essential goodness that you are. My job as practitioner is to actually fall in love with the person that you are, to let myself, right? And this is where working in the record, I want to understand the good reasons you made certain choices, even though they might cause you pain now. At some point, they were all good ideas. Do you see? So I don't worry about you getting it. I can't. Because energetically, if I get it, then you will get it. If I never get it, I can say to you, David, love yourself. This is not helpful. If I have the experience of loving you just the way you are, imperfect and wonderful, if I have that experience, you can have that experience. So the work in an Akashic record reading is all within the practitioner. So this is why I love the work, because in the service of others, we have the opportunity to transform and become the people we've always wanted to be. You see? Good. Okay, so Martha has an issue. She wants to access the records. You've read the books, done the prayer. You didn't get okay. I don't know about the floral scent. So here's the thing, sweetheart. Martha, I love this issue. The issue, here's the thing. Working in the record is a practice. It's not an event. So what we want to do is, so I'll open my record, and doing your own work in the records is different than reading others. But let's say you open your own records. You want to imagine, this is what I like to do. I imagine that I'm standing on the shore of the ocean. The ocean is, the ocean, right? Magnificent. Okay. But see, the truth is, if I throw myself into the middle of that ocean, I'll probably drown. I won't even know what's going on. So what I want to do is I want to take a couple steps into the water, and I want to describe it for myself. What does it feel like to stand in the water? Is it cold? Right? Is it warm? Do I feel like the ground is holding me up? Do I feel like you want to describe your experience? And you want to ask questions that are not predictive. In my first book, I talk a lot about this, right? You want to explore, exploratory questions. The other thing I find really, really helpful, especially when something's important, I pretend I'll open my records, I have my questions, and I just journal about it. And then I don't read it immediately because there's something about it. It's very interesting. If I read it immediately, I'm like, oh, that's so obvious. Everybody knows that. But if I close my journal book, close my records, go, do my thing, walk the dog, do these kinds of things, and I read my journal a couple of days later, I am often very surprised. I'm like, God, that's good. Boy, that's helpful. But see, when I'm too close, I can't see it. So if you understand that it's a practice, it's like an ongoing practice, you're developing a relationship, you will be able to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Do you see? So you might want to try that. And don't put so much pressure on this, on yourself. Jocelyn, it's good to see you too. Okay, good. Can you talk about manifesting? Ha. Yes. Yes. David, you get it. I know you get it, David. David and I are like cosmic brothers and sisters. It's just hilarious. Manifesting. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, you want to experiment, you guys. All right, now listen, I just want to say a minute about manifesting, and then we'll talk, then we'll go, because it's, my God, it's like, I don't know, whatever it is. It's the time is, there you go, time, there you have it. So here's the thing about manifesting. You are always manifesting. I am always manifesting. What we want is preferred manifestation. Okay? So you just want to pay attention to yourself and understand you have the ability, you are already and always manifesting, right? And you want to make conscious choices about as much as you can. See, manifesting isn't about magic. It's not even that mysterious. Manifesting occurs in the realm of engagement. It is where who you are as a person, with your deepest heartfelt desires and dreams and hopes and wishes, right? Engage with the world in which you live. Okay? And in that space, in that crucible, within those parentheses, manifesting naturally occurs. This is a planet of action. The earth plane is a plane of action, and it's a plane of our ideas, our thoughts, our feelings taking form. Okay? The beginning of our meeting today, I talked a little bit about changing and changeless. Remember, the essence of life itself is changeless. What changes is the form, right? And so be open to that. Know that you are always, the essence of who you are takes form at different points in your life, depending on what you need, your consciousness, and what you're doing here in this lifetime. But let's keep in mind that what each and every one of us is doing in this lifetime is learning to love ourselves unconditionally. For this is the soul's journey as human. Very easy to love ourselves when we don't have bodies. But boy, I gotta tell you, you guys know this. You climb into a body, it's like, well, on second thought. So much for that unconditional love. All right, cool. All right, good. Now listen. Oh, Wendy's here. Hi, Wendy. I didn't know you were here. The law of attraction. I don't know anything. I don't know what to say about that. Yes, I can talk about that next time. Listen, the next time we're going to do a live with Linda, it's a free thing. We will do this on Tuesday, July 7th. Okay, same time, 1 o'clock Central. We'll be here. In the meantime, I will see you guys soon. I love you. I thank you. Namaste. Listen, wash your hands, eat your vegetables, and have a good time. Life is good. I love you. Bye-bye.